I'm Ari Weiland. So, question number one, tell me about yourself. Hello, as I just said, I'm Ari Weiland. I'm 19 years old. I graduated from high school in 2014, and I took a gap year before starting my career here at Temple. I believe that I possess a lot, if not all, of the characteristics of a transformational leader. While I was in high school, I was spirit leader of the entire student body. I facilitated over 50 school events in the duration of my senior year. A few notable ones would be our annual dance-a-thon. I worked with ESPN as they do a documentary series on our rival football game, so they came and filmed our pep rally. I helped facilitate and direct the Coaches vs. Cancer lip dub video that we did, and I really think that I like to lead with enthusiasm and charisma and inspiration to really help everyone feel connected in this team environment that I think is so crucial to business. Those events alone raised over $10,000 for charity, as well as a lot of airtime on the local news channels, which really helped the causes that they were a part of. I was also the captain of my varsity football team my senior year. I led my team through a lot of really, really difficult times, a lot of really dark times too. Very hard final season for me, I would say. But it ended up being okay because I got selected to play in this all-star hero bowl sort of thing for the Central League that I was a part of. I got to represent Lower Merion. I was so proud to do it. I was actually made honorary captain of this Pro Bowl team too. Just really, really like being part of a team. During my high school career, I also was president of my USY chapter. If you don't know what USY it stands for United Synagogue Youth. I was president for 2 years, and during my time, my membership increased by over 62%. It actually set a record in my region, which is really cool. I also received 2 other awards. One was for Outstanding Educational Programming, and the second one was for Best Overall Event, which was voted on by a regional board who attended all the events, every event that there was run in every chapter in the region over the year. So those 2 awards alone hold the weight of a lot of legitimacy. As I said earlier, I took a gap year after graduating from high school. I lived collectively with 29 individuals on a kibbutz, which is a small community in the north of Israel. And then we moved to Rishon LeZion, which is about 45 minutes to an hour outside of Tel Aviv. This was an incredible experience. It really, really helped me with where I'm at in life. I think that living collectively with 29 people, it really helped me reinforce my ability to create a shared vision and shared values. Together, we organized numerous different social action and social justice projects throughout the Israeli society that we were a part of. We worked together with other youth organizations in Israel to make different rallies and different events that the youth could come to and express their feelings about the government and politics. It was a life-changing experience, I have to say. Once we moved to Rishon LeZion, I started volunteering as an English teacher in a school in the center of Tel Aviv. It was really cool, I gotta say. I believe that because I did that, it really helped me relate to the younger generation of kids and help inspire them to stay with their studies and feel something more to school than just school, you have to do it to succeed. But I think because I worked with them so much, I really, really started to inspire them to change. I also had this unbelievable opportunity to play professional football in Israel. And I'm not talking about soccer, I'm talking about legitimate American football in Israel. It was amazing. I did a lot with the team. I played with them. I actually took an intern in their management office, so it really gave me a behind-the-scenes look of the management facilities and the daily activities of what it takes to keep up with a professional team. A little more about me. I love the Eagles. I'm a huge Philadelphia sports fan. I'm an only child who come from parents who are both #Temple made, so let's go Owls. I came to the business school because I want to become an event planner when I'm older. I would really like to start with corporate events, like events that have thousands and thousands of people. And then eventually, once my life is established, I would like to open my own event planning practice and do more smaller events, things like weddings and bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, like big number birthday parties, things that are a lot more personal to people. During the summer months, I spend my time as a summer camp counselor in a very unique organization. It's actually a labor Zionist youth organization. I grew up in it. I spent all my time as a kid in it, and now finally I'm leading these 9 through 15-year-old kids in educational programming and facilitating fun events for them. It's a lot of fun. As I said in class too numerous times, I do work for an event planning in an entertainment company. And I think that really further solidifies my commitment to team dynamics and my understanding of how the background of a team works and what that really means and what it takes to be a part of the team. So question number 2, tell me about a specific accomplishment in your life. Okay, so over the last year, as I said above, I lived in Israel. When I was living on the kibbutz, I had this idea that when I moved to the city, I should try to find some sort of organization, some unstructured sports program to get involved in. And as I was doing my research, I stumbled upon this thing called the IFL. And the IFL stands for the Israeli Football League. I knew that right then and there I had to play for them. I immediately drafted an email to the 6 closest teams to the city that I was moving. And it started off with a little blurb about me, and then a little blurb about my program, a little information about my history in football, my love of football, and I finally ended the email with the link to my high school highlight video. I sent it out to 6 teams total, and I'd say within the first 2 hours I heard back from all of them. After back and forth conversation with the management teams, I ended up selecting the Tel Aviv Pioneers. So I got together one day and they invited me down to a game. I came, I went, and then afterwards we sat down to have a friendly conversation. It was really intimidating because it was me and my best friend from my program. It was the coach, the 2 general managers, and then the 4 captains. And they're sitting on one side of the table, and me and my best friend are sitting on the other side of the table. And we're really going back and forth at each other. And, they were like asking me all sorts of questions. I'm asking them all sorts of questions. And I just fell in love with it. I told them that I will be 100% fully committed. So that following Monday, I show up at their field to practice. They lent me a helmet and some clothes to wear for the game, or for this practice. I stepped onto the field, and the first play I got the ball, I scored a touchdown. And so needless to say, after that, my coach told me that I would be starting. So let's fast forward just a little bit, like 13 games or so down the line. It's Thursday night on the only actual football field in all of Israel, Kraft Stadium. I don't know if you're familiar with Robert Kraft. He's the owner of the Patriots. He's also the commissioner and the benefactor for this league. Anyway, so Thursday night, under the lights, here we are, finally in the Super Bowl. I worked my butt off the entire season. My team did amazing, and here we are. So fast forward just a little bit more. We're past coin toss, past kickoff, first drive. My quarterback gets under center. He says hike. He drops back. It's a draw play. I wait 2 seconds, take the ball, and I just take off. And little do I know, 35 yards later, here I am scoring the first touchdown in the Super Bowl. I'm freaking out. Everyone that I lived with was there. Everyone on my team starts yelling and screaming and running onto the field to hug me. I just put my team in the league. We are now leading in the Super Bowl. What could be more exciting than that? It was honestly a life-changing experience. I hate to say that we ended up losing the game. It breaks my heart to think about it because it was my last time I think I'll ever step onto the football field like that. But it was definitely worth the time. I ended up getting an honorable recognition from the team, an MVP recognition from an honorable recognition from the league, and MVP recognition from my team, along with an outstanding commitment award from my team, which was really special. And I think the thing that was most special about it was that the game was being broadcast on live television in Israel, but also it was being broadcast over the internet. So my parents, my family, my friends, people that I didn't even know that you're just Facebook friends with, they all got to see me play under the lights in Kraft Stadium for my last football game ever in the Israeli Super Bowl. And it's just one of those life experiences that, like, no matter how many times you talk about it, your heart just races. And even right now, my heart is beating so quickly thinking about my brothers who took the field for their first game this Saturday, and I wish them the best of luck. I love it. I miss it so much. I miss them. But I really think that being in this professional team dynamic, working with the managing team, interning with them, learning the backside to professional sports, really made me understand and appreciate all the work that goes into business. Question number 3. Tell us something that you've learned in class. I have learned a lot in this class. And I think that the thing that I am going to take away most is that no matter where I am, I will always know how to make a pizza correctly. So thank you for that one. I actually used it the other day, and my pizza came out wonderful, so thank you. No, but for real, I think what I took away from that actually was how to train new employees. Because I recently took on a position at a valet company, and I worked a shift actually last night, and my boss took me aside and he said, "Hey, Ari, you're doing really well here. I really like how you're fitting with the team. You understand the dynamic. You know the routes really well. I want you to be the person that we pair new interns with." And I looked at him and I said, but Mike, I just started here. This is only my 4th shift. I don't really know what I'm doing that well. Are you sure about this? And he said, "I have a very strong passion for this business, and I feel like you have that too, and I really want these young kids, these newcomers, to be inspired by that. So thank you. I now, 1, have the business knowledge to do this, and 2, I know how to train an intern," which, honestly, that's amazing. Thank you. Another thing that I have found incredibly useful is the knowledge that I've learned from the Wall Street Journal. There's actually one article that I've been following issue to issue. It hasn't come out in every issue, but it first came out on October 7th. It was a debate between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, and then over here in the third party was the Republican Party, who was trying to get their voice in, but it didn't really matter. Anyway, Hillary Clinton endorsed this Pacific trade deal that Bernie Sanders, right when he first started running for president, openly just hated. Didn't want to have anything to do with it, thought it was terrible, and really voiced his opinion about it. And it really made Hillary Clinton sit down and think about her actions and how she views it. And as Secretary of State, she endorsed it. She's the one that pushed for it. She did it. And now here she is in the political scene again, running for president, and she has revoked her endorsement, actually. She's now completely undecided. In the most recent issue about it, she is still undecided. She doesn't know what to think about it, and she's very intimidated by Bernie Sanders. And I think that he really, really pushed her hard this time, and it could give him what he needs in some cases. I also think that this class has given me a lot of new vocabulary that I wouldn't have had before. I feel a lot more comfortable in a business environment, definitely going through my strategic business plan with my MBA team leader and my whole team project, studying the interviewing process that really nailed me that job at the valet company. I know that you've really set us up to succeed, and I thank you for that. And I also want to thank Anthony, too, who has really just been this figure that we all try to be. He is in your top 2% that you talked about at the beginning of your year. He exceeded the 20%, exceeded the 5%. He is probably your 1%, and that's amazing. And we all want to do that. He has his whole life planned out for him, and that's incredible. So thank you, Anthony, for being this amazing guiding figure for us, and thank you, Professor Petrucci, for giving us all this business insight. Finally, though, I think that the biggest thing that I've learned from this class is that when you work with someone who has so much professionalism as you, Professor Petrucci, you see an entire side of business that you've never seen before. This is what puts us ahead of Maryland and all of the other competing business schools. We have someone like you who works in the industries, who is his own entrepreneur, who worked in these companies that have billions of dollars in revenue, and you still find the time to teach us. It's incredible. You have so much business insight. It's inspired me. It's inspired my classmates. It's inspired my friends really to pursue this business atmosphere because you make it seem so natural, so comfortable. And you teach us the things that the book doesn't teach us. Marilyn's sitting here reading their textbook. We read the textbook, but we also have you. You're a walking, talking textbook. You are like the Wikipedia of business. And it's been incredible. I think that's what I'm going to take away the most is that someone can inspire you to do something so fulfilling just by being there, just by teaching you. So with that, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Professor Petrucci. Thank you, Anthony. And let's go Eagles tonight.